Hi, this is Scott Anderson. You've reached my extended review, and what are we reviewing? Well, we are reviewing the new M5 iPad. This is the iPad Pro. Notice it has two speakers, USB, but also notice how thin it is. It is incredibly thin, which is really nice. It has a nice camera on the back, although I have probably used the camera on an iPad 10 times ever. It has a very nice, this is the new adaptive touch screen, which is supposed to be unbelievable. And there you can see the other side where you still have two more speakers, which is very nice. Now, one difference between this, so I had an iPad Pro 2 generations ago, and then this is the newest one. I got it because I really wanted the M5 chip. And the M5 chip is obviously a significant improvement. I'm trying to upgrade the devices that I use every day to where they're all much more capable devices. But anyway, so this is iOS 26. You can see it's telling you Newmarket, Maryland, 50 degrees. The clock, which is kind of an iPad staple. So it's nice, right? The lock screen, it does a good job. And again, this is the new screen, and you can see it's already got stuff on it, splooge as it were. And when you do I'm going to tap, and then it'll come up, and then it'll look for me. And if it doesn't find me, of course, it will return the lock screen. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. There you can see my dog there in the corner who's glaring at me because I'm using technology. You'll also notice that it doesn't have the magnetic ports for the old keyboard sets. So there used to be a magnetic clip here up on the top that allowed it to transfer power to the old case. You'll notice that that is now here on the side. So you have to have a different case than you did before. You can't use the old Apple keypad for Folio, which is too bad. I liked mine a lot. I ended up upgrading mine. I ended up getting because I really love Logitech keyboards, and so I got the Logi or the Logitech portfolio. So the iPad, you can see the power system is right there, and you can also see that it's got slot so you can plug in the USB-C there in the keyboard. It's nice. It's actually a hard shell case, which is pretty nice, and then the keyboard is metal on the bottom, which is even more protective. So that is very nice. I like that a lot. It works very well. The one thing that I did transfer over that I kept is the Apple Pencil. So the Apple Pencil works with the new iPad. I have the USB-C pencil. You can see there it is. That's the USB-C. And then the Logitech comes with their new pen or pencil device, which they call the Crayon. So I added a Crayon to my Pantheon. Both of these devices are USB-C chargeable. This is the USB-C port here, and on the Pencil, the USB-C port is right there. So very nice, very useful. I use the pen probably one day out of 20. So it ends up being, pretty useful. The power button is over on the left where it was before, and so are the volume up and down, which are right here. So there you can see the power button and the volume up, volume down. There's the power button. So overall, very useful, very easily used. And you can see it's November 3rd. And yes, that's a picture I drew of a concept that I had a while ago. But all my apps moved over. The only thing I haven't done yet is pull down my movies off iTunes. That's going to happen later today. I'll start moving those movies down. Trying to pull those down. It's got good battery life, great screen. I like the 13-inch screen. It's because of the nature, it's to the edge, but it's to the edge of the letterbox. And then, of course, because it's Apple, there's a bunch of new things that they've included. This is the games, which is nice. that's Xfinity. You don't care about that. Playground, which is an interesting little AI toolkit that you can use, which I like a lot. And, you know, I was able to set this up by simply connecting to my old iPad. And I don't know, it took maybe 4 hours to download all the applications, you know, as it were. So it ended up being a very useful and very quick upgrade. And like I said, this is the new iPad M5 Pro. I like the Pro model only because I like the bigger screen and because I like to play basketball on it using NBA 2K from EA Sports. And I did trade in my old iPad, which was getting a little long in the tooth for what I use it for. Anyway, that is my review of the new iPad Pro 13-inch M5 chip device.